Shalom Akim, Shalom Yasharallah. First off, I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that have been teaching us this truth to rule well. All right, this is the brother Izar out here in Midland, Texas. I'm just going to be keeping up on some things that have been happening over here in West Texas. I had been looking at these lights that have been occurring. I've made a couple of videos regarding some dreams and visions, but apparently this anomaly, it's happened in Houston, in Dallas. It's the same one. Everybody's seen it. In Michigan, over to what's it called? Canada. People have seen it in Canada as well. And people have reported from seeing 30 to 40. I only saw 3. A lot of people had seen 3, and those are the anomalies and things that are going to be happening, man. Things out in the sky, like the scriptures talk about, the red moon, which is coming, the solar eclipse, which one passed just barely at the beginning of this year, I believe. Not too long ago, about 9 days ago, and it was, what's it called, out there in Russia. It was about 60% of people saw the solar eclipse. All right, but let me get this video started. Salakia.
Started calling it to news stations reporting the unusual occurrence. Got a tweet from the National Weather Service, Anthony Franz. See these lights in the sky in the Permian Basin? There's nothing to worry about. Basically, what is happening here is light is being refracted by little ice crystals in the clouds. The light...
Okay, that's one of the excuses that they had, that it was little ice crystals that were refracted up in the sky. And if that was the case, then that would be understandable if only Midland saw it. But also people from Houston had seen it. People from Dallas had seen it. People all the way up to Canada had seen it the same day. This was barely posted up today. This just happened last night. People in Michigan had seen it. All these people are seeing it. And clearly it's not a refraction of a flare or anything out here in Midland, Texas. Because if not, that would have been only here in Midland, Texas. All right.
Is likely from flare-ups from oil rigs. And CBS 7 tweeted, "Many of you have spotted mysterious lights in the sky tonight. The National Weather Service tells us it's due to light refraction after a temperature inversion this evening. We'll break down what that means later in CBS 7 News at 10. In the meantime, send us your video or pictures at news@cbs7.com or our CBS 7 Facebook page." The article ends by saying, "Turns out the odd lights were an unusual weather phenomena. Light from gas flares in the area refracted off ice crystals in the clouds, causing the weird red lights," according to the National Weather Service in Midland. Well, folks, can you really believe the National Weather Service? I've been asking them what these radar spikes that are being picked up on Doppler radar all over the country, some of these pin...
All right, so all these things are happening, and there's signs up in the heavens. All right, and it's no coincidence that these things are happening more and more. All right, they're reoccurring. More and more brothers are seeing chariots. Chariots are making themselves manifest, that we know through the scriptures and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that the chariots of Israel are actually what people call UFOs. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to get started with Jeremiah chapter 10. These are some of the pictures that people had caught, man. These are some of the pictures, and you clearly see it's two completely different angles. All right. Now, if you see in this picture, Let me see if I can edit. If you see in this picture, man, this area right here, you can see the light is not refracting from the bottom, because if not, if the light was down here, it would be going this way. All right, but it's not. It's going the other way because the light's coming from the top. All right. This is another picture somebody else took. You see that? Man, that's not light refracting, man. All right. So let me get to Jeremiah chapter 10. And I'm going to read the first 2 verses. Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. All right. This is to warn Israel, man. The Israelites, which are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. These are the true Hebrew Israelites that the scriptures talk about, man. Now, verse 2. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. All right. And heathen is talking about really all the other nations that are outside of Israel, man. So the Edomites, Ammonites, Moabites, all the other nations that are not Israel. Don't learn their ways, man. And it says, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. All right. These people don't know what those things are, man. All right. Don't be afraid for what it is, man. Because we know. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to protect us, man. So we're not to be afraid of what these things look like or what we, what theory people want to come up with. From there, let me go to Luke 21 and 25. And it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. All right. So these things are going to be happening, man. It's lucky. These things are going to be happening, The moon is going to be giving you signs, like a blood moon that's coming. I believe it's January 21st to the 22nd. The stars are there's going to be these stars like we see out in the night sky. You see stars and they'll be twinkling, man. And there's some chariots out there, man. And upon the earth, the distress of nations. And that's what we're seeing right now, the distress of the nations, all right? With perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, all right? And we see those tsunamis that have been hitting, It says men's hearts failing them for fear. You see, don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. And for looking after those things which are coming on earth, all right? So people are looking at these things that are happening, man. These people are afraid because they don't have, it's not saying that it's bad to be afraid, and this it's talking about not being grounded in the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, these men do not have that faith. All right, that's why they're afraid. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. You see, the powers of heaven shall be shaken, man. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to be showing us signs. All right, like the rivers turning to blood. I believe that was about 4 or 5 days ago that it happened over there in India, Malawi, or something like that. All right. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with great power and great glory. All right. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to come back, man. But first, these things must come to pass, like he said. All right. Now, to go back to what I had shown you in the beginning, that fire that was standing out, I'm going to go to Exodus 13 and 21. It says, let me start up at verse 20. And they took their journey from Succoth and encamped in Etham in the edge of the wilderness. And that makes me kind of funny. It makes me laugh a little because I feel like this is the wilderness, man. This is the wilderness. And Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud. All right. So a pillar of a cloud, which Elder Tahara had mentioned before, was like a cigar shaped, what people call UFOs. All right. To lead them the way and by night in a pillar of fire, to give them light to go by day and night. All right. So these things are starting to come to pass, man. People asking what these things may be, if UFOs are real, extraterrestrials, and all these things. The answers are all in the scriptures, man. The scriptures are the ones that are going to be describing to you what to look out for. All right. Who to look out for. All right. Who's the devil. All right. All these things that are going to come to pass, man. I believe that's one of the scriptures that says, this is the curse that impasses the whole earth, which are the chariots of Israel, man. The so-called UFOs. All right. Those are the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, and also the eyes of those chariots are the windows. All right. The windows are the eyes, man. And there's bodies within. All right. So it says, verse 21, and Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of the fire by night from before the people. All right. So whether that be a sign, for us to start getting ready, for us to start going stronger, to us to start reading more, whatever it may be, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is sending us signs, man. All right. Looking up in the skies and seeing those signs that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is showing us. All right. Let me go to Numbers. It's going to be 14. And they will tell it to the inhabitants of the land. This is verse 14. For they have heard that thou, Yahweh, are among his people, that thou, Yahweh, are seen face to face, that thy cloud standeth over them. All right. And that's the so-called UFO. It's also seen as a cloud. It's seen as a pillar of fire. It's seen as a whirlwind. All right. It's seen as a roll. And that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of a cloud, in a pillar of fire by night. All right. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is showing us these things, man. He is our salvation. All right. It says verse 15. Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because Yahweh was not able to bring this people into the land which he swore unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. All right. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is doing away with all of you 2/3, man. All right. You guys are going to fall amongst them that fall, which are the Edomites, the heathen. All right. Now going back to Luke 21. And I'm going to read verse 28. And these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. All right, so we're supposed to be looking at these signs of Yahweh Shem Yahushai leaving us in the heavens, man. All right, these signs are going to be left there for us for a reason. All right, and that reason is because our salvation draweth nigh, man. Because we know what we've been doing, all right, doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, these things are going to be showing. All right, and he spake to them a parable. Behold, the fig tree and all the trees, when they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves the summer is not nigh at hand. All right. So when you see these things coming forth, when you see the trees blooming, when you see the grass starting to become green, when you see the bushes starting to become green, when you're seeing all these things happening, you know that summer is at hand. All right. So for us, for the men of the Lord, we're supposed to be looking up at these signs that are happening up in the heavens, these things that are happening with nation against nation, Egyptian against Egyptian, and all these things that are coming to pass. We're supposed to be paying attention to those things, because that's how we know that our summer vacation is nigh at hand, man. And that summer vacation being beamed up by the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. It says, so likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, ye know Know ye that the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is nigh at hand. You see? So we're supposed to be seeing and watching out for all these things, man. All right? Supposed to be observing the times, because we know that the time draweth nigh, man. It's nearer than when we first believed, like the scriptures say. All right? So we know that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is coming closer and closer. And these people want answers as to what these lights are and what these things and these anomalies happening. They want to know. But these Edomites that are in charge, they don't want to tell you the truth, man. They don't want to tell you that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is about to come back and he's about to make war. They don't want to tell you those things. So what do they tell you? Oh, it's ice crystals that are out there in the clouds, and the little fire that we have over here, it reflects up there with a great fire. And that's not what's happening, man. You know, the brother and I were talking, and he was saying that when he goes to San Angelo, he does see the refraction of the light, but not in that sense that it looks exactly like the light, man. Because what happens is that the clouds just brighten up. All right, it doesn't show like if it was a spear. You see that? Come on, man. That ain't no refraction of the light. It ain't, man. All right. Let me reread verse 30. So likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is nigh at hand. All right. We're supposed to be paying attention to these things, man. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. All right. And that's through the reincarnation, man. The reincarnation, which Job even spoke about in Job chapter 14, verse 14. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. All right. Job was talking about all the throughout his lifetime, he's going to wait until his change comes, man, whenever he has to do the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai again. All right. Verse 33, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. All right. So his words are forever, man. So whatever Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said is going to happen, it's going to happen. All right. There's nothing you can do about it. Verse 34, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and careness of cares of this life, and so that the day come upon you unawares. All right. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is coming back, like in 2 Peter chapter 3, when he says he's coming back like a thief in the night. All right. So these people are not going to be knowing from where it came from, man. All right. They're not going to know where it came from. All right. But for the watchers, which are watching and are telling the people, you know, that things are coming closer and closer, man. All right. But these people don't want to hear it. That's what Isaiah 30:9 talks about, you know, which say to the 30:10, I believe, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, prophesy unto us deceits. That's what people want to hear, man. You know, but we have an obligation to let y'all know that those things out in the sky are signs, man, that the end is coming. All right. It says, verse 35, for as a snare shall they come unto them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. All right. Let's look up in that word snare to get a clearer understanding. A trap. You see, a snare, a trap, a noose of snares of which birds are entangled and caught implies unexpectedly, suddenly, because birds and beasts are caught unawares. All right. So suddenly these things are going to happen, man. And people are not going to know where it came from. All right. So let me read the verse 35 again. For as a snare, as a trap. All right. You got trapped, man. You got caught. Shall it come upon all of them that dwell on the face of the earth. All of them, man. Watch ye therefore. See, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man, which is Yahushai. All right. So pray that you are counted worthy to stand before Yahushai. All right. Because ultimately he's the one that's going to save you. all right, through the power of Yahweh. This is Psalms 91. I'm going to start off at verse 5. It says, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. All right, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday." All right, so when those chariots are out there, man, you're not going to be afraid. Why? Because you know that they're with you, and you're with them, and they're with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and you're protected by them. All right, angels will protect you in those last days in Jacob's trouble. If you stand firmly with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, they're going to protect you, man. All right, and nothing's going to touch you. Verse 7, "1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right side, but it shall not come nigh thee." You see? So while these things are being destroyed, you're going to be walking. Have you ever seen those movies when, or even in the Power Rangers, man, in the Matrix, in all these movies where the badass dude is just walking across all the chaos and nothing touches him, man? That's how the men of the Lord are going to be. They are those badasses that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is protecting, and nothing's going to touch them. All right? "Only with thine eyes," verse 8, "shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked." You see, so walking with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the reward of the wicked, which are the naysayers, the ones that didn't want to hearken unto the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, are the ones that are going to be rewarded with death, by pain, all right? "Because thou hast made Yahweh," verse 9, "which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation." You see, so we dwell with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Because we dwell with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he's going to protect us. All right? There, verse 10, "There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways." You see? So like Yahushai was protected, we're going to be protected too, man. All right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to protect the elect, for the mission that they got to go through. Verse 12, "They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone." All right? In those days, it's going to be nothing but darkness, man. All right? Those days is going to be nothing but darkness. So you can understand how these angels are going to be protecting you, man. And how these pillars are going to be showing you the way. The Spirit is going to be guiding you. All right? That is your pillar. The Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to guide the way. That is the light, the word of Yahushai, which is in, I believe it's in Hebrews 10, when it says that Yahushai came in the volume of a book. All right? Yahushai is the way, man. He's the one that's going to clear your path. All right? And angels are going to be it's going to be so bad here on earth. Things are going to get so bad that the angels are going to have to intervene and save your ass, man. All right? And that's it on there on that. So let me just finish off the rest of the chapter. Verse 13, "Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under the feet, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him." All right? The men of the Lord are going to be delivered, man. "I will set him on high, because he hath known my name." All right? And what is the name of Yahweh Hashem, of the Most High and the Son? What is the name, if thou canst tell? How the scriptures say, man. All right? It says, "He shall call upon me, and I will answer him, and I will be with him in trouble." All right? Jacob's trouble. Isaiah 33. "I will deliver him and honor him. With long life," verse 16, "will I satisfy him and show him my salvation." All right? So the salvation is for the elect. Salvation is for the ones that follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goeth. All right? Now let's get into the UFOs, man. All right? Get into these things that are going to be happening, all right? These chariots, the chariots of Israel, UFOs, whirlwinds, flying rolls, clouds, whatever you want to call it, man. All right. And it came to pass when Yahweh would take up Elijah. This is 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 1. Let me reread that again. And it came to pass when Yahweh would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. And Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for Yahweh hath sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, as Yahweh liveth, because that's his name. You know, he is, he exists, and he is to be, man. Continuing on, verse 2, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they went to down to Bethel. All right, so Elisha knew that his father was a man of the Lord. All right, and he knew, you know, I'm starting off at verse 1 just to prove how our people used to know what a whirlwind was. What that whirlwind that they described as a whirlwind, what it was, man. Our people knew what the chariots of Israel were. All right, that's why when people were captured and they were being brought over here, they would sing swing low, sweet chariot, man, because they knew that that was their salvation. All right, which was a so-called UFO, which is what I believe it was Columbus, which is Cristobal Colon. That's what he wrote down that he saw, man. He said he saw lights in the sky that was guiding them. All right. It says, verse 3, and the sons of the prophets that were in Bethel came forth to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that Yahweh will take away thy master from thy head today? All right. So it would be like, you know, say the elder Tahara, elder Rakah, and then, you know, elder Tahara was going to be taken up by Yahweh Shem Yahushai in a whirlwind or a so-called UFO. And, you know, elder Rakah and elder Tahara came over here to Dallas or to Midland or to San Angelo or to Houston. And everywhere they were going, you know, someone would go up to elder Rakah and say that, you know, that elder Tahara is going to be taken away. All right. Everybody was excited for that, man. All right. But Elisha knew that you have to keep your mind, what's it called? Steady. All right. They knew that you had to just calm down and follow Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Do what needs to be done. All right. It wasn't any time to horseplay or to jump around and be excited. All right. It was his father's business, you know. It says, and he said, yeah, I know it. All right. So like whenever something like this happens, you know, Jake, man, of course, Jake is going to be excited and happy, but you also have to keep a balance, you know. And it says, hold ye your peace. So he said, calm down, man. I know he's going to be taken up. All right. Just calm down, man. Verse 4. And Elijah said unto him, Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for Yahweh has sent me to Jericho. And he said, as Yahweh liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they came to Jericho. All right. So he didn't want to leave his father's side at all, man. All right. And the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that Yahweh will take away thy master from thy head today? And he answered, yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace. Verse 6, and Elijah said unto him, tarry, I pray thee here, for Yahweh hath sent me to Jordan. And he said, as Yahweh liveth and thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And they two went on. All right, so he's persistent, man. Persistent to follow Elijah. Verse 7, and 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off, and they too stood by Jordan. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, all right, here and there, so that they too went over the dry ground. And it came to pass, when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. All right, because he knew he was a man of the Lord, man. Why? Because these things are revealed to the men of the Lord. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai reveals these truths to the men of the Lord. Verse 10, And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. Verse 11, and it came to pass, as they went on and talked, and behold, there appeared a chariot of fire, and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. All right, so both of them were split up, man. Elijah and Elisha were split up. All right, you can see them just walking and talking. You know, it would be like being with a brother, talking about the truth and things that are going to happen and the missions that we're on. And they were split apart, man. You could just see the power that had to split two people apart like that, man. You know, and it said, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. All right. And that whirlwind is a so-called UFO. All right. And if you don't believe it, it'll clarify that in verse 12. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. Who are those horsemen, man? Those are the angels. All right, the angels of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, inside of a craft, which is a chariot of Israel. And he saw him no more. All right, so he saw him no more because he was inside the chariot, man. And he took a hold of his own clothes and rent them in two pieces. All right, so Yahweh Hashem Yahushai took Elijah from Elisha. All right, now if we go into these words, a chariot of Israel. What is a chariot? You know, you can see the Romans, they had chariots. The Egyptians had chariots. So it's a militant chariot. All right. But now what would a flying chariot do, man? All right. So it says over here, my father, the chariot of Israel. All right. So it's the team chariotry, the millstone, riders, you know. But when you go down here, you know, there's descriptions. It says number 2 right there, or the first one, it says riders, cavalry. All right. You hear a lot of people say, I am the cavalry. But the cavalry, it says number 2, a chariot. All right. And number 3, the upper millstone. All right. But when you look up here in this area, under a chariot, it says military chariots. Military chariots of who? Of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, that's what's coming to America for destruction. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to send his chariots to destroy and save his elect. All right. So from there, let me go to now that you know what a chariot is, or a whirlwind. This is Revelations. So like your Revelations 15. In verse 1, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Verse 2, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, so that's whenever you're inside the chariot, man. That's when you can call yourself saved. When you're inside the chariot and you're looking down in that sea of glass, which is really, you know, when the chariots open up from the bottom and you're going to be able to see it, everything happening below you. All right, it'll be like when you go to these Universal Studios or these big places, you know, and you know, you're doing this ride or whatever, and then the doors open up and you get to see everything, and you know, the show is starting, man. And a brother had a beautiful vision. You know, he was saying about how he saw Elder Tahara, and he saw a bunch of brothers in the chariot, and inside of the chariot, you know, he was just walking around because it was so huge, man. It was so huge. And inside that chariot, he was walking around, and you know, he saw Elder Tahar and a bunch of brothers, and eventually, you know, he saw the doors at the bottom of the chariot just start opening up, and they were actually standing on a sea of glass. All right. So everything they were seeing was below them. The destruction of Babylon the Great. All right. And that's that sea of glass that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to have us on, man. So from there, let me go to Proverbs. It's going to be Proverbs chapter 1. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. All right, so Yahweh Shem Yahushai is sending us. You know, Lord willing, I'm part of the elect. But he's sending the men of the Lord. He's sending men, prophets, to let you know what's going on, man. He's here to let you know that these things are coming to pass. All right? So you're supposed to take heed and hearken unto the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Verse 24. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. All right? Nobody cared, man. These men were talking about the chariots, which is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. These men were talking about Babylon the Great, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, and no man regarded. All right? They counted it as not. They didn't want to hear it. All right? Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. You see, so you didn't want to hear it, man. So when we're in that sea of glass, which is inside the chariot, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not going to care for you guys, man. All right, verse 26, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. And that's Jacob's trouble, man. That's the destruction of Babylon the Great along with all of you wicked people, man. And when your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, you see? The whirlwind of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. That's when everything is going to be, that's when you're going to be trying knocking at the boat, man. All right, but this time this boat is not going to be on the sea down here in the floor. This time it's going to be on the waters above, man. That whirlwind, all right? When distress and anguish cometh upon you. So that whirlwind is coming for destruction, man. So if you don't get right, that's exactly what's coming for you. All right? Verse 28, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. You see? Just like they did with Noah. Just like the times of Noah, man. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, all right? When they're going to see those chariots before everything goes down, people are going to be afraid. They're going to be calling on the Lord. Oh, what was that name? Yahuwah, Yeshua. It's Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right? That's who you can be saved by, man. Verse 29, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. You see, you didn't care, man. You rather live lavishly and live in this wicked world, and you rather be like the Israelites that came out of Egypt, man. You rather try and turn back to Egypt instead of follow Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, verse 30. They would none of my counsel. They despised all of my reproof. Verse 31, therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. You see? You're going to be following after Esau, man. And you're going to see the destruction coming. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. All right, let me go back to Revelations 15 to read those two verses again. After you see the destruction that's coming, that's what you're going to be seeing, man. The destruction if you're on that side. But what you can see is the beautifulness of being with Yahweh Shem Yahushai and being saved. Revelations 15:1, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark and over the number of his name stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. All right, so those men are going to be standing on top. watching down for the destruction that is coming to all of you that did not worship him, man. All right. Let me see. From there, let me go to Revelation 16. Let me read the verse 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways, pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai upon the earth. All right. Remember, we're still in that sea of glass, man. All right. And the first went and poured out the vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them that worshipped his image. And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. All right, so all these terrible things are going to be happening, man. Would you rather be down here experiencing all those terrible things, or would you rather be up in the heavens with Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, looking down at these people as they perish, man? All right. So you're supposed to be close to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, man. So things like this is barely the beginning, man. Things are just barely starting to happen. All right. Things are barely being manifested down here in this wicked world, man. You know, so we got to stay strong in our truth, man. So with that, Akim, I want to say shalom. Stay strong. And as always, giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth to rule well. And I hope to see you, Akim, up on those ships, man. You know, Lord willing. I'm part of the elect, and you brothers are part of the elect. So with that, shalom.